was fortunate enough to be a part of this organization playing for so long. I understand what a Detroit Red Wing player looks like, and those are the type of players and people that we want to bring into the organization.
It's been nearly 3 months following the Red Wings' 2020-21 season, a year that could be described as unique at best. The Wings turn their attention to the upcoming NHL Entry Draft, a pivotal moment on the road to rebuild.
I think the thing that captures people with the draft is really the same thing that it explains some of the buzz around the Red Wings farm system in Grand Rapids or scattered around the world. And that's the hope that prospects bring, right? But it's seeing what might become the future. And that, I think, is kind of the magic of the draft and the magic of prospects. And for a rebuilding team, that's kind of everything.
For us to get better, we have to find, our prospects and top prospects and best players, through the draft. And when you can do that, when you can draft and develop, then I believe it opens up the opportunity to make some trades or go out and get some free agents. And then that's how you start becoming a legit Stanley Cup contender. It's our job to find players that are going to be Red Wings. And I think when we walk away from day one and day two of the draft, that's what we want to do. We want to be excited of the names that we selected, the names that we called, and the prospects that, we're bringing into that prospect pool that we're building.
In a typical year, Draper and his team of scouts will travel all over the world to see prospects in action. But 2020 was anything but typical. This past year, much of their work had to be done virtually.
The restrictions on travel certainly will affect this year's draft, I think more so than the 2020 draft, because most of that season was played before the pandemic forced it to shut down.
COVID and the pandemic, obviously limited, my travel. I was basically able to travel through the United States. But, fortunately, we have scouts all over the world.
During the pandemic, it's been hard for scouts to travel, hard to come over, especially go over to Europe and watch the kids play. It could be an advantage for a team like Red Wings with Håkan Andersson, who really knows all the European players. That could be an advantage for the Wings, that they can maybe find the future star that someone else might have not have seen.
So to me, the novelty of the NHL draft is that this is not usually a plug-and-play situation. You're looking at a player and you're not looking at what can he bring me tomorrow. You're looking at what can he bring me 3, 4, later in the draft 5, maybe even 6 years down the road. It requires a kind of foresight out of your scouts to be able to say not just what is this guy, but what can he become.
It's incredibly tough. How do you discern, what's their inner drive, how much strength can they gain?
Scouting is not easy when you're looking at 16, 17-year-olds that are going into the draft. It's very hard to predict and to pick players, and it is a skill for the scouts to find the gem in all the players that are out there.
It comes back to, how these prospects are wired. I want prospects that they have that inner drive and that desire, and they burn for the game and they love the game. And does that mean it's going to translate into a lengthy career? Not necessarily, but you do know that these guys are going to do everything they can to basically chase their dream and fulfill their dream, to make that come true of being an NHL player and an NHL player for a long time.
For Draper and his team, seeing into the future is not just a profession, it's an art form. And at the NHL Entry Draft, they'll have the opportunity to showcase their talents for the world to see.
Are there going to be any surprises, to us? Maybe not. To the public, maybe.
When I hit the draft, not many scouts knew about me.
You can't wait for the draft to get, kick-started and get going, and then you're just wondering who's going to take you.
Most GMs at the end of the day look to do is they want to make their team better. They're going to do whatever it takes to do that.
Every organization is going to make a selection that they feel is going to benefit their hockey team. And we're going to do the same thing at pick 6.
Detroit entered the draft with 2 selections in the first round, picking at 6th and 23rd. And although the draft was virtual again, Hockeytown still came out to support.
Welcome to the 2021 NHL Draft.
So now the Red Wings are on the clock.
Joining Steve Yzerman, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Detroit Red Wings, to make the number 6 pick is 10-year-old Harold Washington Jr. Harold represents the thousands of children in the city of Detroit who are experiencing the joys of learning hockey through the Red Wings Learn, Play, Score program. Harold, take it away.
With the 6th pick in the 2021 NHL Draft, the Detroit Red Wings are proud to select
from Frölunda, Sweden, defenseman Simon Edvinsson.
Go Red Wings!
You get the size, you get the model player you want, and you can teach them and you can mold them and you get them around the players to kind of learn how to be a good pro. And I think that that's something that they can do here in Detroit.
When Detroit just said my name, it was an unbelievable feeling, and it's just so good. I can't really talk right now. I'm just so happy.
Thanks, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started with Red Wings Executive Vice President and General Manager Steve Yzerman. Please let us know in the chat if you'd like to ask a question to Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi,
so
Elaine.
We talked extensively yesterday about, picking the best available player. What about Simon made him check that box for you?
We like his skating ability, his size, his reach. And again, we're hoping he can become a big minute defenseman for us. I think it's imperative to have a good defense. To win championships, ultimately, you need a little bit of, you're not winning without a good goalie. You're not winning out with a good decor.
With the 15th pick approaching, Steve Yzerman knew he couldn't wait much longer to get his next prospect.
I have some news to break here. It appears that the Dallas Stars are going to be moving down from pick 15 and exchanging with the Detroit Red Wings at 23.
We return to Hockeytown and Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan.
With the 15th pick, Detroit selects from the Western Hockey League's Edmonton Oil Kings, Sebastian Cossa.
I thought I had some really good calls with Detroit. When they made up the pick, I thought it was going to be one of the goalies. So, obviously just excited and kind of anxious on my toes there. And when I heard my name, just thrilled.
Sebastian, welcome to Detroit. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
With a busy first round of the NHL Draft now complete, the road to Hockeytown is just beginning for Detroit's newest prospects. Now, they must try to become the players that Yzerman, Draper, and the Red Wings believe they can become.
What do you want Steve to say to you when this is over?
I just want to see him out here. That's what I want. I want to select names. I want to select prospects. I want to watch these players go through our player development with Sean Horkoff, Dan Cleary, and Nicholas Kronwall. And they get excited about working with this prospect. And when I hear that feedback, it puts a smile on my face.
Rasmussen gets his first!
But we picked, very good people, very good prospects. That's something that excites me.
Foligno with his first National Hockey League goal!
I want to try to get, as many legit prospects for the Detroit Red Wings, to put us, to say that we're on our way.